Well, communication all around the world has just become greater and greater, and it's so much easier to communicate with people now that we have cell phones than it was 10, 20 years ago.
Teenagers, a lot of them had the mentality that I can do it all, I can do this while driving, nothing's gonna happen to me, it won't happen to me.
When you're growing up, you're not put into the world and experience all the horrors that it contains. You're confined to the little space that you grew up in.
So they're not really going to go out and think about all these horrible things that might happen. But I think teenagers need to take a step back and almost prepare themselves for anything.
The objective of the project was to bring to teens' attention distracted driving and how dangerous it really is. Not only texting and driving, but playing with the radio, talking to too many people in the car. Anything that can distract you while driving is a big risk because it brings up your risk for getting in an accident greatly.
Between the 4 schools in our district, there was a lot of planning that went into it.
It started out with a few meetings to get our ideas together and figure out what we were going to do and assign roles.
So what we originally did, we all sat down and we came up with an idea as a whole group.
And then we started planning where we were going to shoot, how we were going to shoot, and who was going to be in our films.
Once we had all that in order, we assigned days to shoot and who was going to be at what shoot what day.
The actual shooting of the project was interesting because we actually got the Medford Police Department involved in the project. They came out and they helped us with the our little mock news pack that we had going on, and it really added to the realism.
But it definitely looked really legitimate, and we did have like a body bag on the ground. That was just, somebody laying in there, but the people driving by were like looking like, wow. So we decided to get this message across to everyone by appealing to everyone. And it was a whole field of different things that we did to help promote stopping distracted driving.
Designing a poster with a QR code so that you can scan it and then go to a website with the projects on it, airing it on our morning shows, really just in every way getting it out to every audience. And our district also hosted a tri-state area robotics competition where thousands of people were there, and we thought that would be a great opportunity to show our projects and to try and get the word out to as many people as possible.
So we chose doing a poster as well to sort of reach out as another medium besides just videos or any other way to reach out to the community. It was a way to almost catch people off guard. And as you see on the poster, you see the eyes up top, heads up, eyes forward was the slogan, and the road going down to the horizon with the QR code smacked in the center.
It catches their attention, and then they go and they see the QR code and they scan it, and then it brings them to the website and shows them the purpose of our project.
We posted those everywhere in our school, around town, everywhere we could, so that people with like smartphones could access them, which would take them directly to the website about it so they could learn more.
We went to businesses all around our community and asked them to hang them up just to really get the word out and really expand not just beyond our school but to the rest of our community. A couple of us were actually taking a trip over to England for our spring break, so we decided why don't we just take a few posters with us, and really it was to just bring the message to the UK.
So we want kids to go by and see it and just be like, hey, what's that? Whip out their smartphone and then check it up online.
My job was to create the website. Our first page is a basic explanation of the project. We also have a page for our posters where it'll be a small view of the posters. You just click on that and you'll see it'll take you straight to a bigger shot of the poster. We also have a page for ESAs where you can hop on and view it, like see directly to YouTube, or you can watch them there.
The views on our videos were a little slow for the first couple days, but towards the end of the month it shot up to nearly 4,000 views.
I know. It's just something for work. Really, it's no big deal.
Don't become a statistic. Heads up, eyes forward.
So the ESA I wrote was about a father and a daughter driving in a car together, and the father gets a text from his work and the daughter doesn't want him to answer, but he says that it's no big deal. And it kind of just showed like the daughter that, oh, if my dad does it, maybe this is okay that I do it. and then she almost gets in a car accident by the end. And I think it was important because it shows what kind of influence your parents or your guardians can have on someone that's driving and texting while driving.
In New Jersey, a teen crashes every 10 minutes. And every week, a teen dies on New Jersey's roads. Teen drivers are more likely than other age groups to be involved in a fatal crash where distraction is reported. Sending or receiving a text takes a driver's eyes from the road for an average of 4.6 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's the equivalent of driving the length of an entire football field, blindfolded. Don't become a statistic. Heads up, eyes forward.
The whole point of it was that basically you're not invincible. That's the whole mindset of teenagers, that they think that no matter what they do, that there won't be any consequences. With this, we had a bunch of teenagers that were in a car, and so they're laughing, having a good time, and basically as they're driving, driver gets distracted by phone, of course, texting and driving, and he starts swerving all over the road and doesn't realize that he went right through a stop sign, ends up hitting someone in an intersection.
Each year, innocent people fall victim to the dangers of distracted driving. Nearly 50% of teens admit to texting while driving. As long as there are distracted drivers on our roads, anyone can become a victim. Don't make someone else a statistic. Heads up, eyes forward.
The ESA I wrote for the project, basically it was about an innocent driver and how even people who are innocent on the road can't be completely safe because distracted drivers not only can harm themselves, but they put others' life in jeopardy.
I was coming down this road and then I heard my phone go off, so I went to answer it, and then I looked down for 2 seconds and I looked back up and 2 people just collided in the middle of the intersection. I noticed that the one man was on his cell phone, and it's just really scary to know that because someone had to answer that important phone call or that important text message, that someone here had to die. And that's just a really scary thing to thought, and I just felt so stupid afterwards because it's like, why would you answer that phone call if it's not even that important, if you're risking someone else's life for it?
Heads up, eyes forward. For more information, visit www.lrhsd.org/headsup.
So in the broadcast, it was the broadcaster and the bystander, and then we had everybody else in the background, and all of these people were involved in the 3 ESAs before. And what we talked about was to the bystander was, she saw everything, that went down. She was, picking up her phone to text as well, so it showed every aspect of the 3 ESAs.
I was a distracted driver before this, and now that I was able, shown the light of all of the causes and effects that could come from distracted driving, I'm no longer doing that because I realized that I put other people in danger.
And it's really opened my eyes to how dangerous it is, not only to me, the people in the car, or people on the road, and it could really cause some serious injuries.
It's good to get a third-party perspective on all the little distractions that people don't really pick up on.
Even if you look down for a second, you could be veering off and you wouldn't even know it.
Now that I know that it can affect other people and not just myself, it could be like an innocent person that's doing the right thing and I could make the wrong move and hurt them.
And not only that, the victim of the crash, how it affects their family, their friends, everyone that's involved in that person's life, have a huge impact on everything. And it's just not worth it.